I am Joe and I teach high-end carving. My setups might not be pretty, but I promise you, the content is accurate. It is a good approach. If you follow along, I truly believe that you're going to make the improvements and you can make it to this style of skiing. For the first time in your life, you're going to get a high-end carving clinic boiled down to its most base things. And the most base things is the movement pattern. Now, I have figured out how to show the movement pattern using 2 chairs and 2 stools. There's a teaching video on that here. This video is the yoga flow section of that, where we will go through a right foot to a left foot 10 times, then a left foot to a right foot 10 times. And I'm going to talk you through the movement pattern each time, what I'm thinking about, what I'm looking at, what I'm doing, how my feet are moving, how my body's performing, which muscle groups I'm using, and we're going to flow through it, and you're going to be able to practice this high-end carving in your living room. Pause here if you need to go set up your chairs and stools, and if you're ready to go, get ready to follow along with me in 3, 2, 1. All right, for the workout, we are stripped down to a more appropriate indoor outfit, and we're going to progress through this in a flow fashion. I'm going to try and slow myself down through the middle, so I'm showing the appropriate timing of the turn. It's patient there, and then it speeds up as I move through here in the initiation and brings me to power. We're going to start right foot to left foot. We're going to go for 10. We're going to talk it through the whole way. Starting out in apex, strong outside ski angles. Both shins are parallel. Sometimes I'm a little cocked here. I get this. We're going to go parallel for now because we're working out. My hips and pelvis are slightly turned up, but as level as I can get them. Pressure is going through this little stitch in my side, pushing out to the outside ski, where I could angulate by pushing my knee in anytime I wanted to and change my direction. Let's get started. Here we are. And we're moving through. Now feeling the load. It moves to the front in this little core package here. Moving, we're rolling, coming up, we're riding. We're going this direction. Okay? Going. Now we're switching. Feet are coming up, moving into it, starting to find pressure, bringing my feet to the angle and pushing into it. Turn. Let's back up. Go for number 2. Apex position, strong outside ski. Let's start walking it. Going forward, I'm feeling the load here, and I'm pushing the outside ski. I'm resisting G-forces. Now I'm using those G-forces. I'm controlling them smoothly, accurately into the new one, finding my outside ski, pushed into the new turn. The float part is absolutely necessary. Number 3, starting here, moving into it, loading here, pushing. Now I'm resisting. Here it comes. Now I'm catching it, catching the energy, moving here. I've windshield wipered my feet out. Right? I didn't tip that way. My feet windshield wipered out. Now I go into it. Boom. Ski turn. Back. Really focus on pushing up through the stools here so that your feet are weightless. That movement is done through the lower core. Completion of number 4. The transition is the key. There's an upside down to gravity through the transition. That you only know what that means when you feel it. It's kind of like going over a roller coaster. Here it is, the lifting of the feet. That is real life scenario. The muscles being used to flip that turn are being used with this method. Back again. We're riding it. Holding the ride. Here comes the float, turn. Notice how much of the turn I'm getting done in this short of a section. Number 7, in position, apex, strong outside. Here we go. Walking. I'm riding. I'm pushing. I'm floating. Windshield wiper the feet out. Now I'm pressuring. Apex, ready to hammer. Number 8, apex, we're riding. Oh no, resisting it through here. Windshield wipers out. For this one, I focus my eyes down the fall line. That is in line with the chairs that are the fall line. I am staring into the camera. I'd say in my skiing, I'm looking
more of a general field of view down the fall line, but also certainly across the hill. So here I am looking across the hill. This would be an exaggeration. But it really, you see that I'm looking more where I'm going when I'm looking across the hill. So I'd say I have a general field of view that includes all the way across the hill and then down to the fall line.
Standing strong, outside ski, pushing, holding air, resisting strength. Here we go. Here comes the float. Moved out to there. Now I'm pressuring. And I've turned. If you know someone that wants high-end carving like this in their life, put them on to me. Share this with that person. Get them on board. I'll teach them too.
I have 2 stretching exercises that I think help with this kind of work. This is a simple twisting of the torso. Those are the muscles I'm trying to activate. Trying to swing my torso to the side, activate that muscle to swing it back the other way. This is a step back and rotate the opposite direction with the shoulders, trying to get my shoulders all the way to 90 degrees as I stretch my lower back and step back into this. This gets my glute a little bit, and when I'm skiing, I do a variation of that exact exercise that makes my back feel really good for this kind of movements.
Okay, we are moving to our left to right. 10 times through, yoga with flow. Here we go.
I refer to the completion phase as the ride phase because I'm pressuring through the ski here. However, I'm releasing into the G-forces as my hips come up. So I'm riding the skis under pressure.
It should be noted that pressure I have there is the same pressure I have here. And as I walk, I'm loading more. More pressure's here. More pressure. I'm resisting going downhill. Now I lift, I ride a little longer, float, in, get to my pressure. And now I've got good pressure, it's strong pressure, it's going over there. But below that is going to be the maximum pressure. On to number 3. Apex, loading, building, more pressure, using it here, more pressure. And riding. Here comes the float, over, down, extension, apex. Back to the front, number 5.
As nice as it is to have the skier in the view as we have it here, I think it's even more important in these workouts to trust in the body movements, to look down at your legs, see that it's realistic, and do the idolized turn within your own mind.
I hope we're on 6. Here we go, starting with load, holding it through the core, trying to keep those shoulders level. Get to here, I'm floating, starting to pressure, moving in, apex. Back to the start, left footer, knees parallel, going. We're riding, loading from this way, Here's the float, going this way, still going down. Now I'm turning, tips engaged, apex. Number 8, in the position, 2 parallel shins. Here we go, loading the outside foot, trying to really just stay on the outside foot each time, slowly. I'm moving through, I'm riding. Here's the float, and then we move into the new one, extension, pressure, apex. Here we go. 2. Last one. Apex. Load. I'm really making sure I'm strong here. Going this way. Here's my ride. I'm riding. My feet coming back to me. Still riding. Now I'm floating. Pushing those feet out. Pressure. Turning. Apex. Whew. And that is a full-blown workout. I am breathing heavy. I think anybody can do this, and I encourage you to follow along with me and get better at skiing. This methodology will work, but the only way we're going to prove it is if you get on board. Be my student, follow along with me, comment, ask questions. If you want to get in touch with me for some actual coaching, find me on GiveGo, an app available in the App Store. You go and download it, take a video of yourself skiing on an iPhone held vertically. You select me as your preferred coach, send the clip off to me. I coach it up on my little iPhone and send you my feedback directly to you, hopefully within 20 minutes. So real-time coaching from a real-life ski coach. Thanks for following. See you out there. Find your favorite skier. Start watching them. Set the chairs up. Go through it. Try and be like them. Try and hold the positions they're in. You can practice this. You can do it. Anybody can be a shredding skier.